Okay. Hello, the internet. What a week. What a week has been. All right. My name is Todian. So you can call me Todian uh, because that's the nickname that my mom gave me, my mother gave me. And my legal name is Noor. So my channel name is Two Spears. So the Two Spears is basically my father's name. So uh, in my language, it says Idechude. So I translate that. Idechude means somebody who holds two spears. So I'm just going to give you some background about that one. Okay, so I have recently moved to a different state. I'm currently in Dallas, Texas. So if you are in Dallas, Texas, right, and you are entrepreneur, you are in technology business, uh, soccer, right? Soccer, and what else? So yeah, I mean, if you have those kind of interests, we can link. We can connect. I think it's important to have community. Uh, it's not healthy to be online all the time. So this is kind of my own advice, I guess. So people asking me, right? You can't, you move to a different state. So how things are here? Are things are tough? And my response would be simple, like always. My response is the following: weeping. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Okay, let's go. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy cometh in the morning. The path may seem hard, the work may seem heavy, but joy cometh in the morning. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy cometh in the morning. The path may seem hard, the work may seem heavy, but joy cometh in the morning. So this is an standard response that I give. All right. Okay, so let's listen to this guy. He's talking about TikTok. Let's listen to him. What I ask myself is why the United States. Okay, so the question that I ask myself is why the United States wants to ban TikTok. It is not a. For the record, this one is you know uploading 2 years ago. That was 2023, I guess. Okay, let's watch it a bit. A philosophical question. Okay, so the question that I ask myself is why the United States wants to ban TikTok. It is not a philosophical questions or a religious questions, but however, it is a pragmatic question. So for those who do not TikTok, I think a lot of people they know TikTok by now. I mean, if you have a phone, basically it's a pre-install on a lot of phones, this company is changing the game for because a lot of people they are not seeing the technology part, and the companies, the US based companies, are shaking in their boots because this company is completely transforming the media landscape. And I'm going to explain to you in detail. So, as I will explain later, the companies that I'm referring to was one is Facebook, and Facebook has been very instrumental in making sure that the TikTok gets banned. And the other one was YouTube. YouTube came up with the shorts, which is completely, user. It's not they completely came up with something that's not useful at all. So that was kind of my reference there. Details why the TikTok is really posing a danger to a lot of companies. So TikTok. So the question is why U.S. the U.S. the U.S. government,
This guy doing a lot of teaching.
okay, wants to ban TikTok. Okay, so this is not the first time, because they have tried before, and it wasn't successful. And because I've been thinking about it, why I wasn't able to really before I wasn't able to really figure out why they put the question whether or not to ban TikTok. So I'm going to explain what is TikTok first. So TikTok is a social media company. It is a Chinese-based company. It's owned by Chinese. For those who do not know, TikTok, the way TikTok is set up is incredible. Okay, so let me just give an example. If this, I'm going to then download it, and TikTok. When it comes to TikTok, you can do everything just by clicking record. You don't have to do anything, and it does is a technology after layer of technology. It's unbelievable. Suppose in case of YouTube, when you create a video, you want to edit by another software where you trying to compete, but the problem is it's already late. It's already too late. Okay, TikTok is far away to the point where they cannot catch up. The technology is just amazing, and there is a mass adoption. All right, so people around the world adopted TikTok as the number one social media platform because the easiness is just is unbelievable, and it is out competing US-based company I just mentioned. So the major companies in terms of social media is you have Facebook, you have Twitter, you have also YouTube. Okay, they are trying to compete with against TikTok, but unfortunately they are not able to do so because remember, when in case of YouTube, they created shorts video. All right, as similar to that, you have in Facebook or Instagram, you have Reels. So they were trying to compete, but they cannot compete because it's very hard to completely change their the underlying coding, because it takes a lot of years to build that. So TikTok technology is really out competing YouTube and Facebook, and then now anyone can create a show on TikTok. The user interface, the features that you can combine, it's just unbelievable. So I'm telling you, if you are a lot of things, and but the question is, why US is trying to ban it? Why? What's the reason? Okay, so because I haven't really delved into the details of the reasons why US trying to ban it, but from information that I heard about is the TikTok owners have somehow what do you call it? Probably will undermine the data, user data, and but all of these are speculation. There is no really a valid argument when you look into it. Okay, so but the other question is, are Chinese companies allowed to outperform other US companies? And so we have to ask ourselves. All right, there are a lot of products come from China, but why in the case of TikTok, some of the US lawmakers are really against that? Okay, really solid case. Okay, so if you look into it, and I think it would be really a loss for a lot of people if they ban TikTok, because of the reason that I just explained. All right, and of course, when they ban TikTok, it would be in favor of YouTube and Facebook. And given the technology, the incredible technology TikTok has, I think it would be wrong. It would be a bad idea to ban TikTok based on the fact that they have somehow a connection with the Chinese government. And a lot of companies, when it comes to data gathering, a lot of companies, they gather your data. All right. So the argument that they are making against TikTok is not really a solid argument. All right. And it would be really a loss to ban TikTok, given the fact, the incredible technology, given the fact that the easiness of use by users is just incredible. So these are a few thoughts that I put out. Uh, and if you have a different perspective, you can comment.
Okay, so if you want to watch the whole video, you can find it on my channel. And that was prophetic, don't you agree? So it turns out, so I'm gonna expand on more on this subject. It turns out that Facebook lobbied, right? Lobbied to get TikTok banned. So for those people who do not understand, the term lobbying is basically bribing. It's a very fancy word for bribery. We talk about corruption in Africa, right? A lot of people, a lot of countries are corrupted, and there's a lot of corruption. That's why the country is not moving. But it turns out here it's not. The word is not corruption, but the word is more, you know, it's a euphemism, as George Carlin would say. Is if a euphemism, so is a bribery, is a corruption, right? So I believe Facebook and Amazon, they joined forces, and they put out about $17 million from the information that that's circulating online. And so basically, they bought the senators, right? And so I mean, if you put a 17 million, that has a lot of impact, right? And that goes against the argument that TikTok is a national security issue. Okay, that's completely destroyed the argument. If TikTok is indeed, if it's proven to be a national security issue, you don't need to be, the matter doesn't need to be lobbied. Why it needs to be lobbied in order for TikTok to get banned? That doesn't make sense. Absolutely doesn't make sense. So these two arguments, they contradict, they contradict each other. So if you say TikTok is a national security issue, then the counter argument is, if that's the case, why these companies, they lobby against TikTok by spending, $17 million to get TikTok banned, right? So what's the argument on that? That doesn't make sense. Okay, if you take I don't know, let's say uh, something real, if or let's say a case of real terrorism, right? Okay, and then do the companies have to tell the government, pay the government in order the government to enact laws against that? That doesn't make sense. Inherently, the government is supposed to protect people without being influenced by law. I mean, by the companies, right? So that argument is completely a flawed argument. We know it doesn't make sense. So we know for a fact that Facebook and Amazon, they collided in order to make sure that TikTok is banned, right? And it is a tragedy. I listen to a lot of Americans on TikTok. You know, that's the one of my hobbies I do. I listen to people. So they are very mad because they are supposed to be mad. But imagine 170 million people. They have no say in terms of this matter. That's really, it looks like you don't have any power whatsoever. And as these people, most of them are dependent on the platform, right? they don't have any other job, so this is the only source of income, right? So a lot of businesses rely on that. Okay, it is economically, it is helping a lot of people. Okay, and it's very selfish and self-centered for those people to for $17 million, they just ban it. I think you know what the users should have done is to maybe to collect 20 millions, right? And the lobby, uh, against the lobbying, basically, right? So they should have come together, the 8 or 7 million businesses and other, I don't know. I mean, it's 170 million. That's more than half of the United States population, right? So in that case, in that case, you know, probably the right strategy is to come up with an idea and to raise money, right? If they put 17 million, you probably double it, and then in a lobby against the banning, and probably you'll get a different results. So, but today, the ban is today is Sunday. The ban is already in effect. Last night I sent somebody a TikTok video, and they couldn't open it. When they open it, the TikTok is already banned. I was shocked. I was thinking maybe uh, they will wait until Donald Trump gets into office. So unfortunately, that's the case. Let's watch Mark Zuckerberg.
in censorship, but moderating at scale, it's here.
Actually focused on building any of the things that we're trying to do, AI, glasses, like the future of social media, all that stuff. So I get involved in this stuff, but
I mean, Mark Zuckerberg has lost credibility a long time ago, and he's not an honest guy. So now he's trying to re I think to put a new image as a CEO of Facebook or Meta. So he lost the trust, and a lot of people, when you listen to TikTokers, they deleted their Meta account, and it's unfortunate because TikTok allowed people to really express themselves in a very profound way. Uh, Facebook has never been the case. Facebook always used the users as a way to make money, right? And then when he became a billionaire, he's able to invest in really shitty products, you know. So and TikTok is more of like grassroots type of platform, right? So if you really want to organize, it's very powerful, right? That's why if you if you look at the reels, you just seeing videos, just funny videos, but in TikTok actually see real people expressing concern about real topics, right? Their their lives, and it has an effect of really uniting people and making change. So it has that type of effect. But in case of Facebook, I don't know. I mean, Facebook has been a complete shit show. And I remember they used a psychologist, right, years ago, in order to manipulate the users. I don't know why. You wonder why a company would hire a lot of psychologists. What was the point? So the point is just you know, how to manipulate, right? How to psychologically manipulate users, people, in order to stay on the platform. So you always use people as a means, right? Instead of seeing people as human beings, and then you create tools that they allow them to flourish. I think that should be the aim of any entrepreneur. So you should be able to create things so that people can flourish, and then at the same time you can make money. But you can't, you cannot just suck people into a product that is not, it's not helping them in the long run. It's not helping them making money, right? Like if you take the example of Twitter like X, what's the value right now? I don't see any value, to be honest. The value is people, they're just getting angry, right? Posting angry tweets. And what's the purpose of that? I mean, it's not really helping people move forward. Okay. And TikTok has been something that people adopted globally, and it has a tremendous positive effects on people's life. And these lawmakers, they just decided that because they have been corrupt, right? They have been given money, and unfortunately, they take decision that goes against the interests of the general population, and that's an unfortunate situation. Okay, so these are my few thoughts. If you have a different perspective, you can comment below. If you like it, just click like, share it. I'm trying to grow this channel, I guess, I suppose. All right, see you in the next video.